All right, guys, so we are moving on to 6.2, which is areas of circles and sectors. So you guys may have already learned how to find an area of a circle, but we're going to go back over that. And then also we're going to be learning how to find the area of a sector. So the first thing we're going to look at is some vocabulary. So the first thing on your notes, it says here, the vocabulary for the sector of a circle is a region bounded by two radii and their intercepted arc. So you guys know what a radius is. Radii is just the plural of radius. So whenever you have two radii, the area that is within that piece is going to be your sector. So basically, whenever you eat a piece of pizza and you take out a piece of pizza, that piece of pizza would be represented as a sector. So that means if I have the center of a circle here, and then I have a line coming to that center, and then a line coming to that center right here, this whole section right here is known as a sector. So all of this right here, written inside this area, this is known as a sector. Okay? So that is the sector of a circle. So a piece of the pie or a piece of the pizza is the sector. Okay? The next definition is going to be the segment of a circle is the part bounded by an arc and the segment joining those endpoints. Okay? So basically if I have a segment, so a segment going across, okay? This segment right here is going to be known as the segment of a circle. So again it says, is a part bounded by an arc and the segment joining its endpoints. So right here, bounded by its arc and this segment right there. So that is the segment of this. So now what we're going to look at is we're going to look at exactly what is the area of the circle and then also how we find the sector area. So the first thing we need to look at is specifically area in a circle is known as pi r squared, where r represents the radius. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pi, I'm going to take the radius of the circle, I'm going to plug it in for r, and then I'm going to solve for it to get my area. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find the area of a circle. So now, like I told you earlier, now whenever you have a sector, you're finding the area of that piece of pizza. So we have to end up using the whole circle as a degree to help me define sector area. So to find sector area, I'm going to take the measurement of the arc, which in this segment here is going to be arc A to B. So that's my arc. So the arc AB, which is a degree measure, I'm going to divide that by 360, and that's going to tell me how much I'm taking out of the pizza or out of the pie. And then I'm going to end up multiplying that by the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. Because I'm taking that percentage or that piece out of the puzzle. And that's going to end up giving me my sector area. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find the whole area of the circle. And this is how you find the sector area of the circle. So now we're going to move on to example 1 and example 2 to show you how to work through these. Okay? Alright, so look at example number 1. So on example number 1 it says, a circular archery target has a 2-foot diameter. So the whole thing has a 2-foot diameter. It says the whole target is yellow except for the center, which is going to be written red. So I kind of highlighted it so you can see it. Okay? It says the center has a diameter of 6 inches. And we need to find the area of the yellow region to the nearest whole number. So right now we need to find the area of basically the yellow region. And in order to find that, if you look, the diameter of my center is 6 inches. And then my whole radius or diameter down for the big guy is going to be 2 feet. So I need to make sure I get those in the same measurement. So I know there's 12 inches in a foot. So 2 feet would make 24 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and write, this is going to be 24 inches. Here, let me go and click here. So 24 inches. Okay, so here we go. So first, basically if you look, the red circle area, I'm going to take that out of the target. So that means I need to find the area of the whole circle, and then I need to find the area of the small circle, and then I need to subtract those to take them out. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the area of the whole circle. So I know to find the area of a circle is going to be pi r squared. So that means I need to find the radius. So to find the area of the big circle, I'm going to do pi times, if I look, the whole diameter is 24 inches. So I know the radius is half of that. So half of 24 is going to be 12. So I'm going to put 12 in there, squared. And so in order for me to do a little bit of easier math, I'm going to leave this in terms of pi. So it means I'm not going to multiply the pi. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it by itself. So I'm going to do 12 times 12, which is 144. And then all I'm going to do is tack the pi next to it. So the whole circle has 144 pi in area. Okay? So now I need to find the area of the small one. So now if I look, I'm going to do the same thing. So A equals pi r squared. So right now the radius is going to be half the diameter, which is 3. So I'm going to do pi times 3 squared. So again, I'm going to leave it in terms of pi. So 3 times 3 is 9. So I'm going to get 9 pi. So this is going to be the area of the smaller circle. So I told y'all in order to find the area of the yellow section, I need to take out this from my center circle. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 144 pi, which is the whole thing, and I'm going to subtract 9 pi from it. So then 144 minus 9 is going to end up giving me 135 pi. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this out, and then it's going to give me a decimal because it wants it rounded to the nearest whole number. Yes, to the nearest whole number. Hey Siri, what's 135 times pi?
135 times 3.1415 is about 424.115.
Okay, and now I'm rounding this to the next whole number, so the 1 would not change the 4. So that means the whole yellow area would be 424 inches squared. That would be the area of the whole circle. So the reason I wanted to do this is so we could get some area work here. Okay, so all right, lastly on example number 2, it says here we need to find the area of the sector ACB. Leave your answer in terms of pi. So we're leaving the answer in terms of pi. So here we go. So I need to find the sector area of ACB. So that means this whole area right here is what I'm finding. I'm finding that piece of the pie. So real quick, let's go ahead and write down the formula for sector area. So sector area is known as the measurement of your arc divided by 360, and I'm going to multiply that by the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. Okay? So right now if I look, the arc or the central angle of ACB is 100 degrees. So that means my arc here is going to be 100 degrees. So right now, my sector arc or my arc is going to be 100 degrees. So I'm going to put 100 over 360. Then I'm going to multiply that by the area. So pi, and then if I look on my circle here, my radius is going to be 6 squared. And so now I need to leave it in terms of pi. So what that means is I'm going to multiply everything out without putting the pi symbol in there. So I know 6 times 6 is 36, so I'm going to do 100 over 360 multiplied by 36 pi. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 36 times 100 over 36. And when I multiply that out, it's going to end up giving me 10 pi. And then this is in meters squared. So what that means is that this whole sector area is going to be 10 pi meters squared. And then if I wanted to, I could multiply that out and get my decimal. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find the sector area.